so excited about the topic I'll be treating today. Equipped for sustainable national input. Many get jumpy when they are told they can change a nation or the world, and the reason is because they don't know when, how, and even where to start from. Most youths on a daily basis ask me, how do I make sustainable national input? I often give this reply: start where you are. Where you are could be yourself, your family, school, office, or neighborhood. Secondly, spot a need. In every society, there are three categories of people: the ones that sees a need but chooses to blame others, the ones that does not see any collective need. All that matters to them is their personal need. Then the ones that sees a need and take responsibility of meeting that need, because they believe that for them to have noticed, that means the situation is calling for a fix. Obviously, the third group are always the catalyst for change, and the ones that brings the change that others silently pray for. Have you noticed? Those that left their footprints here, even while they are gone, are those that lived for others, not those that lived for self. Thirdly, if the status quo isn't good, be the change. Rosa Parks refused to give up her boss seat, igniting the civil rights movement. The United States Congress called her the First Lady of Civil Rights and the mother of the freedom movement. Yes, start with the little things. As a student, find ways to impact in the lives of your fellow students, teachers, parents, and neighbors. As a businessman or woman, stand for what is right even when you are standing alone. We all can make impact even in the daily mundane jobs we do every day. Billions of people are and have lived in this world, but only few brought changes that impress the world. This is the secret. It takes a selfless person to see a need, a collective need, and desires to bring about a change. And it doesn't just end with desire, they work towards it. If you truly want to be equipped to bring change, then you must change yourself first. That's the first thing to do. Change starts with us. There is a story of an ambitious young man who on his 20th birthday became consumed with the desire to change the world. He spent years trying to do that, but failed. At age 40, he settled for trying to change his nation, no longer the world. He spent the next 20 years trying to do that, but couldn't. At age 60, he settled for trying to change his village, no longer his nation. For the next 20 years, he tried to do that, but couldn't. At age 80, he decided to focus on his family. He spent so many years trying to do that, but also failed. At age 100, he decided to focus on changing himself, but the next day, he died. If only he had realized to change himself first, he could have made an impact on his family. He and his family would have made an impact in their town. Their impact would have changed the nation. And he would have indeed changed the world, which was his biggest and original plan. This is to say, we must become the change we want to see in the world. Secondly, we must have the right intention. Dr. Amayo Stella Adadevo. She had never seen Ebola before, but was able to diagnose and contain Nigeria's first Ebola patient in July 2014. When threatened by Liberian officials who wanted the patient to be discharged to attend a conference, she resisted the pressure and said, "For the greater public good," she would not release him. For the greater public good, allow me to dwell on those words for a minute. For you to make sustainable national input, you must have what to offer. And whatever you offer should be for the greater public good. Not for applause, fame, money. If you build your dream on a dubious foundation, it might last for a time, but crashes someday, and the disgrace can't be wiped completely. Thirdly, there is a price. No one has said this is a bed of roses, so be ready to be disappointed, betrayed, abused, scorned, discouraged, and at extreme cases you put your life and safety on the line. Harriet Tubman, the great African-American abolitionist, born into slavery, escaped and was still courageous enough to have led hundreds of bondmen to freedom in the North along the route of the Underground Railroad, an elaborate secret network of safe houses organized for that purpose. See, it was a very, very, very risky movement. It wasn't easy at all. At a point, slave owners had to put money for her to be caught. A good conductor that she never, for once, lost any slave. Even with all the risk, no wonder she said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Number 4, plug to the right source of an energy. Your energy should not be from people that are applauding your work, because the moment they stop, that is the moment you stop. Or from things, or the people you intend to prove wrong. I'm talking about your enemies. Your energy should come from the place of passion and living a life that truly counts for the greater good. South Africa's first black president spent nearly 1/3 of his life as a prisoner in the system of white racist rule that he described as evil, yet he sought to win over its defeated guardians in relatively peaceful transition of power that inspired the world. His energy was from the place of passion. What do you do if the system you try to better does not support you? Do you complain, quit, or push forward anyways? Personally, I saw a need to encourage attitude sanity and personal transformation in Nigerian youths. But the more I try to reach out for support, the difficult it seems. But like I pointed out earlier, passion is my drive. So should yours. If you believe in the cause, in the movement, and most especially if you love humanity, you will never give up in the face of adversity, because you believe in the greater good. Why do we need to make sustainable national input? Why? Because there is oneness in humanity, and whatever benefits humanity benefits us immensely. By making our life count, we make the lives of many beautiful. We are happy because we know we didn't just exist, but we actually lived. We deprived the grave of eating up all we would have invested in making ourselves, our community, our nation, and the world a better place. How do we start all this? First, start where you are. Be the change. Change starts with you if you become the truth where others lie. Change starts with you when you expose evil. I say, change starts with you when you refuse to litter our environment even when you see others doing so. Change starts with you when you encourage others that are giving up. Change starts with you when you provide for those in need. Change starts with you when you stand for those that cannot stand for themselves. Change starts with you when you become more interested in finding solutions to the problem of the nation and not indulging in what we destroyed. Change starts with you when you refuse to loot the nation you are in leadership to develop. Change starts with you when you do what you are supposed to do, even when no one is watching. Change starts with you when you pray always for the peace of the nation and not the destruction, even when offered half of the nation. So many people have put their life on the line. So many people have gone through a rough path for humanity. But most times, the change we need are the change that are not so big but can or has the ability to bring about a true change. We all have a short time to be here. We need to make a decision to use it to add little sunshine to the world. So many people has actually invested time, energy, and has even put their life on the line just to bring about this sunshine. Change starts with you. Change starts with me.